Okay, we've got major breaking news, a major loss in court for Donald Trump in the civil suit brought by the New York Attorney General Tish James. A New York state judge has just ruled that Donald Trump committed fraud by exaggerating the value of his assets in financial statements. This was a major plank of Tish James's case against Donald Trump. That case is set to go to trial on Monday. Donald Trump's attorneys had also asked to throw out the case, and the judge denied that request. The Attorney General James's lawsuit seeks $250 million in fines and to bar the Trump family from doing business. Now, I just want to tell you, this has just come out, and we're working our way through it. One of the people who's also working her way through it is the brilliant New York Times investigative reporter, Suzanne Craig. She was in the courtroom for these arguments. She's someone upon whom we have relied for a very long time. There's nobody who knows more about this than Suzanne. I don't know whether you've gotten through it yet, Suzanne, but I appreciate you being on with me now to make sense of it. Former United States Attorney Glenn Kirshner is also with us on this breaking news. Suzanne, let me just start with you. Your reporting and testimony that we've heard in years gone by, including from Michael Cohen, is that this was standard procedure for the Trump Corporation. They did things like this. They inflated their assets in certain places. They reduced the value of those assets if necessary to do other things. They were inconsistent at best at the way they treated their assets. Tell me what you make of this ruling. I've tried to give the best explanation we non-legal people can give, but I know you know more about this than most.
No, you're being kind there. I mean, I think the allegation is pretty stark that Donald Trump there would be something that would, I think, reasonable minds could agree would be worth $10 million, and he may say it's worth $100 million. And this happened over and over and over. And these statements were submitted to banks, to insurance companies in order to secure loans, sometimes favorable terms, and also to secure insurance policies, things like that. So that's kind of the essence. And the Attorney General had brought a civil suit, a quite large one. If it goes against him, it could cost him to the tune of $250 million. And I have to tell you, I'm still working through today's ruling. It came down. This is all just right before it's supposed to go to trial on Monday. And there were just some last minute motions for summary judgment. And that just means that each side had asked for a ruling from the bench prior to it going to trial. And I have to tell you, I looked at this and I did a double take. It is a huge loss for Donald Trump and a huge win for the Attorney General. And what the judge has found is that Donald Trump, on this main count that I'm talking about the inflation of assets, that in fact he's been found liable for that. They've determined that he did in fact overvalue his assets again and again and again. And they've not only done that, the judge has called for the cancellation of all of the defendants' business certificates in New York. And then on a third one, they're fining a number of the lawyers $7,500 each. This will still potentially move to trial on Monday. There's also another legal battle in this going on, which is that Donald Trump has sued both the judge and the Attorney General. I think he was anticipating this. And moved ahead of a hearing last week and actually sued the judge, and the appellate court will come down potentially, we think, on Thursday and weigh in with something that could move the trial and could affect this again. But in the short term today, this is a huge, huge blow for the Trump organization.
I know there's a lot in there and it's all really big. So, there little bits of it, little sentences in here would on their own be headline news, including the judge has ordered the cancellation of all of Donald Trump's business certificates.
Right, that was one of the things that was ordered today, and the Attorney General in their lawsuit that was brought. This has now been 4 years in the making. It's been going through the civil courts. The essence of what they're trying to do, and just in plain terms, is literally trying to run Donald Trump's businesses out of the state of New York.
Wow.
Donald Trump, since this has started, has moved a lot of his banking and his operations out of New York. And we still don't know in terms of, there's still 5 other counts on this suit that will go forward to trial if it's not moved. We're going to learn about that again later this week.
Okay, so
moved, but those will still move. And also the fine hasn't been determined yet. I mean, that's sort of the number that they're looking for. But these are some of the things that will be, I think, heard at trial, and it will be a bench trial in front of a civil judge.